Alright everyone, I thought I'd open the day today with 3 quick cards with me and a bottom card. Why not? There's a lot of energy going on right now. It doesn't matter what your sign is. This is straight up energy reading. But, you know, my pre-shuffle tells a story. Here's a very interesting pre-shuffle just on the surface energy. There's a lot that's been going on. There's a lot I've been pulling on. I'm right on the cusp, meaning tomorrow or Thursday, of pulling on a combination energy of the solstice, right, and which is very powerful this year. And the reason it's so powerful this year is within a couple of days of it, there's a new moon. So I'm going to blend those two readings together. I'm going to pull on the solstice with the influence of the new moon in Capricorn. It's some pretty powerful shit. It's some shit that makes people think. It's some shit that brings epiphanies. It's going to be a very, very powerful reading. And I'm either going to pull it tomorrow or the day after. I'm not sure which, energy permitting, like I always say. I always try to take the peak, you know, when I can really get a bead on it, if you will. But this reading, this 3 card, is just sort of taking a look at where we're at. What's going on with the other side, and maybe with you too, because in an equal and opposite reaction, it's you going on. You got some stuff going on too. But I'm going to pull on the incoming energy here, because just a couple of hours ago, Jupiter moved into Aries, and I already pulled on that, so you know what that's all about. It's a very bold energy. It's it's an energy that also heightens our intuitive abilities quite a bit. So that said, it's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here, you found Steve's Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. Whenever you find it, you're meant to find it. Okay. I'm going to do this pre-shuffle a little different than I normally do. I want you to look at the pictures, right? This is a Queen of Swords. We'll worry about the cards in a moment. Just let me do the flip cartoon for you on the pre-shuffle. Look at what she's doing. She look like she's thinking, right? Huh. It's crossed by this guy. Look what he's doing. These two go together. They both look like they're doing the same damn thing. Both sides of this soulmate cycle are doing some thinking. Realizing some things. But the runner's side, for sure, is realizing some things. Some hard truths that they can't look away from, as we've been talking about. This guy here knows exactly what he wants to do. Alright, so, look at this person, thinking. Look at this guy, thinking. And look at this girl. That's the result of all this thinking on the runner's side. It's a whole lot of anxiety. It is the 9 of Swords, but it's actually a new card. It's called, oh shit, what do I do now? And it's upright. It's about multiple birds in the air. It's all about communication here. All right? All the stuff they're figuring out is causing a lot of this. And we've seen this 9 of Swords from various decks in recent readings. Why? Why is she like this? What are they thinking about? Well, you know, again, there's this energy on the DF side, and it's so much higher vibration, much higher frequency than on the DM side. I'm telling you that. It's absolutely true. You know, here we go. Here's what they passed up. Somebody here who has their shit together. Somebody who doesn't care what people think. Somebody who seems like they got it going on. Like, you know, this would have been the ideal person for me. I should have picked the red one. And now the red one here, matching that red one, right? This person here is all freaking out about it. Underneath here, what's it causing them to want to do? Charge forward. There's an antsiness here, a determination to this Chariot. But these horses aren't controlled right now. Because of all this thinking, and because primarily of this anxiety energy over this energy here that's attached to them, namely you, these horses are out of control. They're going to rip this Chariot to shreds if they don't get up and do something here. Underneath it is the reason why. It's the World. Okay? And it's the most powerful card I can pull. It is bookending the Queen of Swords right here, who's doing some thinking. Right? Doing some serious thinking. The energy right now is different from what it used to be. It's the easiest way to phrase it. There's all kinds of things I could go into to explain, and I've done it in readings leading up to this. The bottom line is the energy is different right now. Somebody can't behave the way they used to. He can't keep picking the gold ones because they're shit. They wear out quickly. Right? They're garbage. The red one is the one to pick. And the problem is with the nine, where the fuck is it? With the Nine of Swords, they realize this. And that's why this is, oh shit, what do I do now, upright. It's also why this chariot is getting ripped apart with these two horses wanting to pull in two directions. This Queen of Swords is a good sign. She can pull it together. He or she, it doesn't matter. We're going to see where this is going. So let's pull 3 cards and a bottom card. The energy right now, I'll give you an example, an analogy, if you will. Somebody, your runner wakes up and realizes that everything is different. And for a lot of you, you're going to start to feel the changes come in. On your side, you'll start to feel like things are different, like you woke up in some other world or something like that. Just allow it to flow. I'm telling you that, so you do that. On their side, they're ending up in 9 swords. Because as we've determined in recent readings, they're afraid of change. That's really the issue. It's not even about being vulnerable anymore. It's about what the ramifications of being vulnerable are. You know, what does that mean now? If I tell the DF how I feel, what happens to my life? And again, I say this all the time about your person. Their logic is backwards. They're worried about the wrong things. Who cares? What happened? It's unhappy. So why do you care about what happens to it? You know, I know things are complicated. There might be people involved and money involved and kids involved. Who knows? But at the end of the day, trying to save something that can't be saved, that's past its expiration date, is silly. So right now the energy is flipping, where they're actually getting the logic of that, and they're spending a lot of time thinking about how to pick the red one, how to pick the DF, okay, how to come your way, which is different than how it used to be. All right, so let's see. Let's pull 3 cards and a bottom card. Let's see what the universe wants to tell us. You know it's going to be like 400 cards. Because, you know, I clarify whatever needs clarifying. And I'm in no hurry. I'm not going anywhere. It's, what is it, like 7:45 in the morning here? I don't care. I got nowhere to be. I should hit the grocery store later, I suppose. But, God, this time of year is the worst time of year to go to the damn grocery store. Everybody and their grandmother's there. Literally. All right, here we go. Bottom card. Crossing the center card, I'm going to pull the affecting energy. What did I just say? Their logic has changed. Now it's not about saving what's on their side and worrying about what they're going to lose. It's about the energy is shifting going toward that Queen of Pentacles, going toward the DF, and it's true. The bottom card is the 8 of Cups, walking away from 8 broken cups toward 9 cups. Now this card requires some bravery, some boldness. It does. It always does. But we have that. I told you at the beginning of this, and I already pulled a reading on it. Jupiter just at 6:32 this morning here at my house, literally just about an hour ago, you know, hour and 10 minutes or so, Jupiter went into Aries. And that Jupiter in Aries makes you bold. It's really something. This energy that's what that Queen of Swords is thinking about. How do I get away from these 8 broken cups? Not how do I fix this? How do I get rid of the DF? How do I get rid of this soulmate thing? No, it's how do I go toward the 9 cups and save what I can here and not cause too much damage. It's like that. You know, again, there's a lot of shame in the energy for their behavior. There's all kinds of weird shit, little speckles of shit floating around in the energy. Let's pull 3 cards. 7 of Wands. That's an energy of somebody standing up and doing what's right for them, but still keeping their distance. Those 2 cards that we're thinking, right? The Queen of Swords crossed by the 7 of Cups in the pre-shuffle. They're keeping their distance. They're thinking at a distance. That Queen of Swords has the sword in the sheath, right? It's put away. The center card here is crossed by this 8 of Cups. It's the King of Swords. See? It's my king of action. It's my king of truth. This king is, and I'm not trying to be sexist. I'm not. So just don't get on my ass about saying this. This king is a more powerful card than the Queen of Swords. And that's how it's reflecting here in this reading. This king makes a plan and then takes action towards it. And that's what's happening here when it's crossed by the 8 of Cups. That's what's going on. Somebody here is doing a lot of thinking at the distance in the current energy right now. That's all going to change into some serious action very soon. The king tells us that. But also the reading I'm going to pull, well, the reading I've already pulled on Jupiter, but the reading I'm going to pull on the solstice and the new moon will prove that point, I'm quite certain. What is red with the Seven of Wands? Yeah, the Eight of Swords. That ties to the Nine of Swords energy up in the pre-shuffle. Again, they might be overthinking this a little bit too much, but at least their thinking is in the right direction. She's not walking back toward the Eight Broken Cups. She's walking away from the Eight Broken Cups. So that's very cool. And this is why I did not know this was under here. It's the Hermit. Again, keeping their distance. He makes a plan first, and then he moves forward. Keeping their distance here, standing up, doing what's right for them, but also keeping the high ground. They might be overthinking it a little bit, but at least the thinking's in the right direction. It's driven by a soul energy, the soulmate, if you will. And a lot of light bulb going off. It's again, because the energy has changed. The Death card is underneath that Hermit. It's because the energy has changed. It's different. You wake up, metaphorically speaking, you wake up and you feel like you're in a different world. You're in a different place. You're a different person. It's like that. These energies throughout this cycle have changed these runners on a high level. Let's clarify a few things. Let's talk to the witches, which, by the way, randomly at the bottom of the deck, when I pick it up, is the Queen of Pentacles, card from the pre-shuffle that represented you. It's all about you. They're thinking in the right direction. They're not thinking about the Eight Broken Cups, not how to save them, not how to go back to them for security. And that again, this is just representing overthinking, which can cause a lot of anxiety, which is what that Nine of Swords represented in the pre-shuffle. So you know what? Let's pull on that anxiety. Let's pull on the Eight of Swords. Let's talk to the witches about that. What's going on with this Eight of Swords here? Why are you giving me this? What in the hell? All right, here we go. Let's see what's going on. There's a lot of energy around this Eight of Swords. It's almost bizarre. I gave it to you as they might be overthinking it a little bit, but at least their thinking's in the right direction. But they're of two minds, because I keep getting drawn to this version of them, what I call the little brown girl versus the random white girl here. They're both here. This card is basically like this. They're both here. All right. So they're both calm and not calm at the same time. Strangely, in a weird backwards sort of way from what it usually is, your connection with this person is the calming factor, not the anxious, oh God, what do I do factor. Yeah, they're worried about what to do about it, but the part that's uncalm is now what they used to see as calming. Their Ten of Pentacles, their life, their marriage, their relationship, their family, their way they've been living, any of that. It's very odd energy, which is probably why I'm having to shuffle so much. I apologize, but you want an accurate reading. You don't want, some bullshit cards coming out. Okay. All right. And I didn't get any bullshit cards. Yeah, I'm right. I'm 100% right based purely on the bottom card. This card is basically like this. Your connection is the calming factor here. It's moving in the right direction, and I'll tell you why. Because of the Emperor crossing it. The Divine Masculine, and he's looking right at you. Right out away. He's got all this stuff here on the throne. This is what his security usually is. Okay, but I'm fine. I'm alone, and I'm an asshole, but I got all my stuff. Right? They don't want the stuff. The stuff looking over here is very longing looking. All right? So, yeah. It really is. This stuff doesn't do it anymore. The energy has changed. What's on top? What the fuck? Yeah, there's the Seven of Cups right there. There's both confusion and not confusion. Because this energy is sideways, and I see both of these, there's confusion and not confusion at the same time. Your connection is the calming one, because there's only one good choice here in all these cups. The other one, now, where normally they're trying to figure out what to do about you, and this connection, or their feelings that they have for it, because I only read feelings. I don't know, I just read energy. I'm not in their head or anything. But Normally, they're trying to figure out what to do about the soulmate connection. Now they're trying to figure out what to do about all these 6 other cups that have the shit in them that they thought were great. Now I got it's like this guy here. He wants to go over here, but he can't leave all this stuff here. So he's like, now what am I going to do with all this stuff? Okay, he's got all kinds of things running through his head. Right, making a plan. The King of Swords over here. It's one of the kings that represents this, is part of this emperor. He's trying to figure out what to do. Do I start an eBay account? Maybe I can get this wand and these cups, this cup and these pentacles over here on eBay. Maybe I can get a couple of bucks for them, and then I can go over here. All kinds of weird ideas coming through, and I get that. I get that with this person. Center card, not literally, of course, but center card is red with the Emperor. Look at, see? I'm right. It's Temperance. Temperance is red with the Emperor. They're even kind of a background color match a little bit. They sort of work together a little bit. This is, again, the calming factor is you, whereas normally you're stressing them out. That Nine of Swords in the pre-shuffle is about what to do, about what the Queen of Swords is figuring out. All right, this energy here, there's a lot, I said at the beginning of this video, there's a lot of epiphanies that come and will come with the solstice energized by the new moon in Capricorn. It's really, really going to be a powerful reading, I have no doubt. But you have to tie that reading I'm going to pull tomorrow or Thursday and this reading here with the Jupiter and Aries reading, because that energy is very dominant today in particular. And it's going to be very dominant as the anchor or the stabilizing energy for us going right up through May of 2023. So, what card is red? I'll wipe my nose, it's running like a DM. What card is red? Red, these morning readings are weird. What card's red with the Seven of Cups? The Two of Wands. Again, it's all saying the same thing. This is about letting go. How do I get rid of this and move toward this? This is still here. I need to do something with it. Do I put it on eBay? You know, I mean, what do I do with it? That's what they're trying to figure out. And it's completely different. It's completely opposite from the way they usually are. All right? Because of the World card that was in the pre-shuffle. I said it's the most powerful card I can pull. It is proof. It is proof that the Queen of Swords woke up one morning and said, oh, a completely different person. Can't stay here. Gotta go. It's just, it just keeps backing up my read. The most powerful card here is the Emperor. What's fueling it? The moon. Yeah. This is all, again, this makes sense because these two are red together. Keeping their distance, right? Keeping in the shadows a little bit. I suspect maybe the spying energy might go up. They might keep an eye on you. They might pop in on you. I don't know. But whatever feelings, whether your person comes towards you or not, I can't say. Nobody can. Nobody can predict free will. But you definitely stirred something. You jump-started the soul in somebody where it was pretty much ignored for a long time, you know, with that wall they put up. Let's take a dig into the King here. Let's take a little dig into the King of Swords, because he's tied obviously directly to the Queen of Swords from the pre-shuffle, but as we go deeper in the energy, he steps it up a notch, right? Let's see. Let's pull on this King of Swords. I'm not too worried about this. This is mostly in relation to this, which this all explained. Why's the King of Swords here? Tell me about the King of Swords. Okay. All right. Yeah. Right now, keeping their distance, planning stage, the Emperor sits on the throne, looks out over, gazing over what they could have, trying to figure out what to do with all that shit. Okay? All that shit meaning whatever's on their side that they kept, you know, holding on to for so long. It's the Knight of Pentacles. And in the Witch's deck, he stopped. He stopped right at the water. He too is trying to figure out, what do I do with this? All of these, I got kings, I got emperors, and I got knights, all starting eBay accounts right now. Just trying to sell off all these damn pentacles and figure out what to do with their shit. 6 crappy cups. I mean, if you see an eBay listing with 6 crappy cups and a couple of pentacles and a wand or two, that's your person. Check it out. See if you recognize the username. You know, it really is. Stopped right here, making a plan. Almost a deer in the headlights energy with this card crossing the King of Swords here. In other words, these realizations that are coming to light. And I think a little of this is predictive of, it's not just Jupiter and Aries, which I'm pulling right on top of right now. It's predictive a little bit of the solstice energy, which is extremely, I have not seen solstice energy this powerful in a long fucking time. And I have to dig back in my notebooks many, many years to even find anything close to it. It's very powerful. And it's in part because of that new moon, but also we've got North Node activity happening around it too. I don't know if I'll have time this month to pull on the first of the North Nodes that's going to be, the North Node alignments that's going to be affecting January pretty heavily. But I'll get to it if I can. The holidays kind of jam things up a little bit, and I got to do your monthly readings for January. What's on top here? The Magician. Action, action. It's 2 cards of action sitting right on top of each other. Again, it talks to alchemy, it talks to lead into gold, it talks to the universe, the energy around being different. But again, it also talks to them keeping a distance. It's a bit of a smoke and mirrors energy here. In other words, if you were to, just as an example of what I mean by that, if you were to pop in on your person, it would seem like business as usual on the outside. Okay, a lot of this is happening inside. That's what the 7 of Wands is telling us with the keeping the high ground, keeping the distance. Center card, red with the Knight of Pentacles, who's also about to get an eBay account. 8 of Pentacles, more Pentacles, Pentacles, Pentacles. Yeah, somebody is working on it, working out a plan, but trying to get free of something on their side. What did I say? I said this card is sideways. And the burden is usually you. It's usually the soulmate connection. But now the burden is, how do I deal with these 8 broken cups? Remember the 8 cups that was crossing the King of Swords in the original shuffle. They're worried about that. They're thinking about that. They're trying to get free. This is my 8 of Pentacles. It's my apprentice who's working hard to get to the 9 of Pentacles, which is an energy of liberation. So again, all this card is saying is what I said. This Knight of Pentacles is trying to get rid of this pentacle because he can't cross the water with it. The pentacle represents what's on their side, how they've been living. A marriage, a relationship, a family, a job, whatever's been keeping you apart, whatever they've been holding on to, it has now become the burden. You know, I don't want to hold on to it anymore. How do I get rid of it? What do I do? What's red with the Magician? You. Again, proof. I just keep getting proved right, left and fucking right this morning. I'm telling you, it's the Empress. It's the Queen of Tits. It's the best tits in the tarot. That says a lot. That's you. You've already come up twice as the Queen of Pentacles, right? Once in the pre-shuffle and once randomly at the bottom of this deck when I picked it up. This energy is telling me it's more than the Queen of Pentacles. It's all of it. You tick all the boxes for this person and they figured that out. This is red with the Magician, but this card also talks about, again, this whole, it's all about you. You're not the problem. The Empress is never the problem. Everybody wants to bang the Empress. The Empress is never the problem. The problem is, how do I deal with all this, with this pentacle? What do I do with it? I've been holding on to it for a long time, but the Empress is skinny dipping here in the pond, and I want to get in there, but I can't holding this damn pentacle. I mean, it's the easiest way I can home spin the energy for you. All right, I'm going to do it just for fun. I don't know what we're going to get, because this card pretty much ties to the whole reading. But I'm going to pull on the 7 of Wands. I just want to see what we get here. Almost asking the universe, why are they holding back? They're doing what's right for them, kind of under the surface, if you will. But I'm just going to ask straight up, you know, and I've already put it out there. I'll just tell you what I asked. Why'd you throw me the 7 of Wands here in particular? It's a card, the reason I ask is it's a card that has a lot of meanings. And there's also, I said there was a lot of energy attached to the 8 of Swords. There's a lot of energy attached to the 7. And, you know, 7 of Wands here. Why is the 7 of Wands here? Why'd you throw me this card? Why is it here? I don't know what it's going to tell me. I don't know. For a general reading, all bets are usually off because there's a lot of people watching, a lot of situations. You're all dealing with a different person. And I swear to God, I wish I'd have said it. I wish I'd have said it before I did that shuffle. Because nobody's going to believe me. I know. Steve bullshitting. Okay, I'm not. I swear to you, I know it's going to throw me a devil. I fucking knew there was a devil crossing here. And I should have fucking said it. Damn it. I always kick myself when I don't. It's the devil. Yeah. And underneath that is the Nine of Swords. Part of the reason that this isn't moving at lightning speed is this person's got some fucking hang-ups, some red flags, some things from the past that they just haven't dealt with that make them the way they are. Okay? And these things here create a lot of anxiety for this person. I could read this 1,000 different ways. This could be they're worried that you won't like them when you find out more about them. You know, it could be something as simple as that. Worry. It's all about, because the Nine of Swords is crossing the devil, it's all about worry, 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 worry. Okay? And I get that in part because I got the Empress here, so I know this is all about you. You know, and I get, this is angel energy, the Empress. This is angel energy, Temperance. And this is angel energy coming in, shining a light, canceling out the devil energy. But this is someone worried about telling you about all their little demons. There's some things for a good number of you that you don't know about this person. And don't come at me and say, we used to bang, Steve. We know everything. We talked for hours and hours and hours. I know, I get that shit all the time. You don't know shit. You know, there is stuff that people never tell anybody, that, you know, you can be married to somebody for 10 years and then find out about it. It's very common. And there's something here, it can be as simple as this person's worried that when you find out more about them, you won't like them, and you represent this Empress energy to them. They know your value, all of that. Or it could be something very complicated within this person, some sort of they suffer from depression or anxiety or PTSD, or they, you know, they've got hang-ups about relationships because, you know, or giving love or being vulnerable because somebody hurt them in the past and they never dealt with it. It could be any of that stuff, whatever it is. For most of you, it's about communicating with you. It's something that they would have to reveal or tell you, which is part of the hesitance, the resistance, what's slowing things down a little bit. It's not stopping things. It's just slowing things down. It's part of what this particular part of the Eight of Swords is worried about. What's on top? The King of Cups. Again, part of the hang-up, we'll call it a hang-up, okay? Part of the hang-up with this devil energy is how this person's worry, I said this was all about communication, right? Is this person's worry about how much to tell. How much do I open up? If I don't open up enough, or if I open up too much, this King of Cups almost proves my read on the energy. The way I feel it is there's something that they would have to reveal to you in order to be fully vulnerable. And they're worried about doing that. So, but then there's a worry on the backside of that, keeping them up at night, Nine of Swords, that if they're not, then they're going to get stuck. Then you're going to just take off. So it's back and forth, it's back and forth. Again, they're not used to being real with anybody. Most of the runners in this cycle aren't even, if they're married, they aren't real with their spouses. They're actors in their own life, as I often say, you know. And with you, they can be themselves. Your deep soul connection, or even twin flame for some of you. It's a powerful connection. These runners ran the way they did with this fear of being, if you have a fear of being vulnerable, a deep soul connection can be one of the worst things that can happen to you and cause you to run. These are powerful connections. This isn't some little crush or something like that. Even someone who's afraid to be vulnerable, if there's just somebody they run into at a bar or a pub and want to bang, they'll go up to that person. They're not going to be a runner. This isn't that. This is different. All right? So again, there's this constant fight with this person of how much to give. What's red with the devil? See, the devil's crossing. The center card is red with the devil. See, the Queen of Pentacles came back. I talked about it around the Empress. I said it was already here twice. This is the third time we've seen it. All right. This is an energy. It's very easy to read. You look at the anxiety, right? It's crossing the devil, and I get you sitting here. It's someone who doesn't feel like they're on your level, feels like you might be out of their league. Probably because of some hang-ups they have. Their hang-ups, it's not just a fear of being vulnerable. They got a little bit of a self-worth issue too. And usually, and that makes sense, because they come up a lot as the King of Wands, the Burger King, right? Ego, pride, all of that kind of stuff. People like that are always masking something. They're always hiding something. There's no need to overcompensate, you know. unless you're compensating for something. So it is what it is. It's like they took the 74 Pinto. We know it's a slow car that runs like shit from the Twin Flame Journey readings, but they painted it like the General Lee, right? They painted it all up. It looks like a fast car. They put fancy rims on it, you know, aluminum rims, all nice and shiny, and it looks like it'd tear the road up. But really, it's a piece of shit. All right, it's all just fronting. Again, it boils down to, with you, they have to be real. However that plays out in your scenario, that's the general energy that's here. And that's the devil inside. You are angel energy. They know that. You're canceling out these devils. Okay? And I think the epiphanies will come with the new moon energizing the solstice. But I think this Jupiter and Aries energy, which creates a boldness and a braveness within everybody to try new things, move in directions we haven't tried before, just to see what'll happen. You know, which is, I find, is a great way to live. That's how I live all the time. Hell, this YouTube channel was me doing just that. I don't know. I'm not much of an internet person, but fuck it. Whatever. We'll see what happens. Maybe 6 people will watch. Maybe 6,000. Who knows? I didn't know. But either way, I think that Jupiter and Aries energy is going to help, because that light seems pretty bright to me. All right? And I think once they reveal whatever this is, even if it's just being vulnerable for them, I think they'll feel a whole lot better. I think it'll be healing for them. And I think they know that. And that's part of the anxiety. Anxiety. We've seen the 9 of Swords, twice, the 8 of Swords here. What's red with the King of Cups? 3 of Wands. I like this energy. It ties to what I just got done saying. This energy with the 3 of Wands, with the King of Cups, they're going to do it anyway, and they know it. Deep down inside, that's part of where this anxiety is coming from, is they know they're going to do it anyway. You know, it's going to happen. It has to, because it's healing for them to just be vulnerable. It's their karmic debt. It's the karmic lesson that they have to learn here. If they don't learn it in this lifetime, it's going to carry over into the next one, and I hope the fuck they realize that. And you may think, well, I'm not going to remember that anymore. I'm not going to remember this lifetime then, so what do I care? You remember. You don't remember like have memories and notebooks from the past life. But those emotions, those feelings are there. They're what cause all the fucking hang-ups that we have in the current lifetime. And all the problems and attracting the wrong people. It's carryover energy. It's bad. It's not good. They know they're going to do it anyway. Why do I say that? Right? Well, he's going to have to jump in the water. He doesn't have to, right? You're on that ship. He doesn't have to jump in the water. We don't know what's happening back here, though. This card that it's red with shows us what's happening. The tide's coming up. When we're at high tide, this cliff he's standing on is underwater. All right? Just like it's showing us here. He's running out of land. This tide's coming in. He's fucked. They know they're going to do it anyway. And that's part of what the anxiety is. Why? Because at the end of the day, and this has come up many times, this is a very special queen, soul nurturing. But the Empress is here. It's why this is what this King of Swords is planning to go toward. It's what he's thinking about. It's all about you. It's moving in because of the World card, the pre-shuffle, everything's going in the right direction now. And this is why they're going to do it anyway. Because if you get a chance to bang the Empress, you bang the fucking Empress. If you don't, it'll eat you for the rest of your life. I had a chance to bang the Empress. You know? I mean, it is what it is. All kinds of ways I could put it. You know? I mean, if I had a chance to bang Christy Turlington and I blew it, I would fucking kick myself for the rest of my goddamn life. If I had a chance to bang Christy Turlington, you bet your ass my willy'd be out real fast. This person here blew it in a way. They felt this immediately. There was an attraction. There was a deep soul connection. But they didn't know how to handle the horsepower because of whatever this devil represents. So they ran. But over time, the energy, your growth, all of that, their energy has come up. They've realized some things. This connection, the moment you crossed paths with them, showed them, gave them contrast to see how they've been living and why it's wrong. So again, they know they're going to do it. It's part of what the anxiety is. But do what? Open up to you. Be vulnerable. Because they got to take a shot at it. They want another crack at it. They all do. Some of them will do it, and some of them may chicken out. You know, we can't predict what a 3D person's going to do. But in either case, their life has been changed. Most of these runners are going to leave what's on their side, leave the way they've been living, and model where they're going after what this connection showed them. So for some of you, you two will be together, and others of you, you change somebody's life. Either way, your vibration goes up, and you attract higher vibrational people. So you get rewarded for it. Either way, that's why it's all about your lessons. The better you get, the more you get in this energy and this energy, the better off you are. You're already at the 9 of Pentacles, according to the readings I pull. Freedom, liberation, all that kind of stuff, high vibration. They're still working to get there. They're just one click away. They're doing it in the shadows a little bit, but for reasons I've explained here. That's the best I can do here in this reading. It's going to be a very interesting solstice/new moon reading. Okay? Definitely look for that. I'm probably going to do it tomorrow, but I have to rely on the energy, and I don't control that. So we'll see. If I don't do it tomorrow, I'll do it on Thursday, for sure. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the subscribers, everybody who shares, and everybody who watches. All right? Good luck.